Welcome back to the Gentleman of Boxing. I'm your host, Max. Today I'll be covering some information I was looking into regarding potential changes to the Muhammad Ali Act. This is called the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act. It's a proposal. This is something that Dana White has been pushing a lot. He has a boxing promotion company that he is part of, which is TKO Boxing. I don't know if you guys have been hearing this, but he's been trying to get into boxing now, promote boxing. But of course, I think that what he wants to do first is to try to see if these changes can happen before he can actually move into promoting boxing. The reason why this is very important, and I think it's very worrisome, if I'm being honest with you, most especially for the actual boxers, is because this was actually put in place in the early 2000s, and the main reason why this Muhammad Ali Act was put into place was to protect fighters so that they wouldn't be exploited by the actual promoters. So in other words, this actually is what helped boxers get paid the big money, like Mayweather, De La Hoya, now Crawford, Pacquiao. Like all those fighters, they wouldn't have been able to make that money if it wasn't because of this. This is something that was put into place to help them out, so they wouldn't be exploited by promoters like it was, the thing, back in the day in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s. This would happen a lot. I mean, there's thousands of stories, regarding this, about how boxers were exploited by the actual promoters. So we know for a fact that the UFC, of course, is a monopoly, right? Everything is run by Dana White. He tells the fighters who they have to fight, how much they would get paid, how much are they going to get paid. There is not much leeway as far as how much they get paid. We know that even the best fighters of all times, in what I think, as far as the fighter, the greatest one of all times is Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. He never popped dirty, defended the title 10 or 11 times. One of the greats, right? Of course, Khabib too. But even those fighters, including John Jones as well, of course, they don't get even near as much money as a Canelo or a Mayweather would get, or even a Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. Those guys make 2, 3, 4 times more than a UFC champion, that's been reigning champion for a long time. And that's the main difference, from the UFC and boxing, is that the UFC is a monopoly and it's ran by Dana White, and he pays fighters whatever he wants. That's it. Like, they don't really have much of a say. And in boxing is different, and the only reason why it's different in boxing is because of the Muhammad Ali Act that protects fighters. That's the reason why they're able to make the amounts of money that they make. And having not that it's Dana White necessarily pushing this, there was an article that I was going over regarding this. A gentleman of the name of Charisse, or a female with the name of Charisse Davids, a former mixed martial artist, is co-sponsoring the new Muhammad Ali Boxing American Boxing Revival Act. So it's called the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act, and this proposal is to make changes to the actual original Muhammad Ali Act that would not be beneficial for boxers. So Dana White has been supporting this, and he's been pushing this to happen, which would be bad for any boxer, because we know that boxers or fighters of any sorts, especially MMA, UFC fighters, and boxing, there's no pension for boxers. So they don't have a pension. They don't have only what they get paid. That's it. Like, they don't have and like after they retire, the promotion, like the UFC, wouldn't be covering for their medical expenses. Like, we know what happened to Ben Askren recently, and it's not like the UFC was paying for his expenses. I know that Jake Paul actually pitched in money to go ahead and pay for his lung transplants. So those are the type of cases that we see, and in boxing we've seen cases like that as well. And that's the reason why it's very important for them, because they don't have pensions, or MMA fighters don't have pensions. So Dana White and the others that are trying to push this changes to the Muhammad Ali Act, that's only gonna benefit them, and fill their pockets. It doesn't benefit the fighters. So it's something that it's a shame, honestly, that they're trying to do this, because you can't really say that poor Dana. This guy he's making millions or billions already. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think that this is a necessary thing. If he wants to promote in boxing, just promote boxing. Don't try to make changes to something that's actually helping the fighters. I don't really understand that. The only thing that I can think of is just greed. That's just it. You know what I mean? It's the fighters are the ones that are supposed to be getting paid the most, not the managers or the promoters. It's the fighters, because they're the ones that are taking the punches. In boxing, MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever the case, whatever the art, it's the same thing. They should be getting paid more than the managers and the promoters. Any other news that I'll find on this, I'll go ahead and post a video. And hopefully, let's hope that there's no changes to this Muhammad Ali Act that will be detrimental to boxers. But thanks again for joining me in The Gentleman of Boxing. I'm your host, Max. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It goes a long way, and I'll see you again next week, guys.